Okay, so here's the fantasy, the Telemann fantasy, and I think it's actually not that crazy, but I didn't know that you had these kind of pulsing eighth notes on the bottom voice in the sixth, seventh bars, and then again a little bit later. And I think it's actually a little bit easier than you might think, as long as you can figure out the left hand, but I think the right hand is actually pretty simple. So here's a couple of things that I tried to kind of get it, and one of them is just like in the Bach, what you want is you want that pulsing in the bottom voice the whole time. And so it's not the same bowing in the first part, but it as in the second part. In the second part, it's like the Bach, where it's so I'm not doing a great job of explaining this. But basically, the bowing, one way that you can do this is that's what I would start with, because eventually you're going to go not quite like that, but you have to switch the bowing from being on two strings to doing that Bach bowing where you're rotating onto the string, but you're always on the top string. So the easy way to start out with that is by just practicing as if so that would be the start. The second one that I would do is and the tough part here is setting the triplet against the duplet, and understanding exactly where that second eighth note goes. So I think I started before I could kind of hear it. I think really it's just as long as when you can start to hear it, it'll make sense. And the first thing that I did was I kind of fudged it, where I'm just making sure that those two notes are together. And the second note of the triplet kind of overlaps into the second eighth note. So as long as I can kind of get that, the second eighth note is in between the second note of the triplet and the third note of the triplet, then I'm kind of fudging it. But that's a good start, to just make sure that you have to have the string change and once you get that, then I would practice without the trill. Sorry. So at that point, you should be starting to kind of get it, and then you can go to the full version, still without the trill, but with the normal bowing. Sorry. And then you can add the trill in. And the final one is and hopefully that works. So that's my long-winded explanation. Thanks.